Welcome to Point and Drink Adventure, a podcast where Pam and I talk about the drinks and media we consume. With me is very blue and lovely Pam. Hi, Pam.
Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself? Very looking lovely and blue.
Oh, thank you. I just recorded a video about an underwater game, so I thought I'd be on theme.
Ooh, fun. Can I ask what game? I mean, it's not going to, yours is probably going to beat me in terms of coming out.
It's Depths of Sanity.
Oh, we are talking about that later. It's fun. Spoiler.
Yes.
Well, anything fun and exciting going on in Pam's life before we get started about what we drink?
Yeah, I've been super busy this month. I went to New Orleans, which I don't think I had done last time we recorded, which was amazing. And then I went up north and spent a weekend climbing outside. So that's what's been happening.
Yes, I love your
lately.
climbing. I loved the New Orleans thing, which is very much a theme in terms of what we're drinking today. But the climbing things, I love the progression you're going through. Like first it's like bouldering and then belay and then top rope. But now you're climbing outside where you can really die.
Yes. I rarely felt like I was going to die, but when you're lead climbing outside, you have to like there's bolts on the wall at certain intervals, but you have to like climb up there and like put in a quick draw and then clip your rope to the quick draw and like go up so you can get to the top, and then like you can just like leave the rope up top so you can top rope up and down. But the scariest part, which I didn't do, only Matt did this part, but like when you want to like get your equipment back off the wall, you have to go up to the top and you have to like put yourself in on a secondary system and like untie your rope and like do all this shit and like re-tie in and like go back on. And even though I wasn't the one doing it, it was so stressful because I'm just sitting like 50 feet down at the bottom of a cliff being like, tell me what you're doing, please don't die. Like it was so stressful. Yeah.
That's horrifying. I'd be like,
it was
we're good.
Really
I can
scary.
get new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You live up there now, ropes.
Yeah. Like the actual climbing bit wasn't that scary. It was just being at the bottom, like knowing like there's literally nothing I can do from down here other than like listen to you recite the steps and hope you don't miss one. Like
that is super stressful. But you know, that's another thing I've learned from Pam. You like stressful things. You like stressful games. You like stressful experiences like this climbing. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But it was a fun time. It was much harder than I expected it to be. So
that's good.
But yeah.
Good.
It was a good experience. I don't know that I'll be like running out there to do a whole lot more of it anytime soon, but it was fun to do.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
What is going on in my life? It was my birthday a couple days ago.
Yeah,
so
it was your birthday.
My birthday was good. Went and saw some of our Polykill friends down in Virginia, so that was a good time. Lots of drinks. I've been on detox since I've gotten back for this episode, so
that's good.
Ready for more drinks.
To get back into it.
But it was
you went climbing.
Yes, we went climbing. We didn't go outdoor climbing. We just did auto belay, which is about probably as much as I can handle. But you know what? It's fun. It's challenging.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a couple gifts which I'll share during our pickups portion, and it was fun.
Awesome.
It's nice getting old,
Excellent.
right?
Yeah. Birthdays. But I used to like them a lot more.
Yeah, right. When you're younger, you like them a lot because then you're like, oh, it's a week for me, man. And now it's like, God damn it. Now I'm turning 38. I'm closer to 40. Great. Oh, well. Such is life. Wow. But what we were drinking today. Yeah, what we're drinking today is actually more in conjunction to your New Orleans trip. So we have the most beautiful glasses. You're not watching this on YouTube. What are you doing with your life? But look at all this fluff that we have in our cups.
Just a garden in here.
Yes.
No.
Strawberries, cucumbers, lemon, mint.
Oranges, mint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What is this crazy thing that you had in New Orleans? A Pimms cup.
It is a Pimms cup, which
Pimms.
is, I actually didn't know, like, I'd heard of Pimms cup before, and I didn't know that the actual alcohol was Pimms, the #1 cup. Like, like I was like, oh, okay, well that's obvious. Yeah. So what's in this drink other than Pimms?
Pimms #1. And then pretty much just a little bit of lemon juice and some sparkling lemonade. You can substitute a lot of times just by the sparkling lemonade with like ginger ale. I've seen a lot of, but pretty much it's like a nice light summer drink that's meant to be like this sort of porch pounder, because Pimms itself is a gin-based herbaceous liqueur. So how it sort of started was like in the early 1800s, this dude who was a farmer, his last name was Pimms Cup, acquired an oyster bar in London, and he served, because then it was like a tonic, because alcohol is literally medicine, and it became so popular that he called it Pimms #1 cup, like because it came out of this one little barrel that was the #1 cup, and it just sort of hooked on, and there we have it. Literally, it's a gin-based liqueur. So with Pimms, though, over the years, they started to release other alcohol-based liqueurs, so like Pimms #2, Pimms 4, 5, 6, and so on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so each one is like a little bit different, or they're more different based. The herbs and stuff that go in it, of course, is like a super secret special recipe, but there's like a vodka-based one, which I guess is very rare now, a tequila-based, a whiskey-based, those kind of things. So you can have a different base of your liqueur with the herbaceousness to it. But the gin is the classic.
Yes, and the gin is just delicious. I love how herbaceous it is. Every time I had one in New Orleans, it also had cucumber vodka in it, which I was thinking, like, I really like the cucumber because that like makes it like extra refreshing, but I didn't really want to buy a bottle of cucumber vodka because I literally wouldn't use it for anything else. Yeah. So when I made mine, I took the Pimms and the lemon juice and I muddled it with cucumber just to like get a little bit extra of that, and then strained it and then added the... I have a weird combination. I couldn't find the mix I wanted, so I found this like Sprite, like the special Sprite lemonade flavor, and just some like lemon Perrier. So it's a mix of a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, I mean, like that's like I feel like one of the best parts about this cocktail, like it
doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. Like this past weekend I made this for my birthday because I felt inspired, because knowing that we were going to do this for the podcast. I had actual sparkling lemonade, but then I couldn't get it. I couldn't find it whenever I came back home, and I was like, well, I'll just make it myself. So I just put lemon juice with a little simple syrup and put club soda. Yay, sparkling lemonade.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, because this is a London-based drink, even though it's very much associated with New Orleans. That's strange.
It is strange, yeah. I'm not sure how it like made its way over there and became one of the things, because Pimms Cup and Sazerac were like everywhere, but yeah, it's just so refreshing for
it's so beautiful
hot day.
It's so fun. You make the garnish and make it absolutely ridiculous, and all I want to do is just like, it's eating a fruit cup. This is dessert, which is
exactly
I need to remove some of my garnish to drink it better.
Yeah, I've been thinking that this strawberry is taking up a lot of room.
It just means we're just gonna have to eat it. Oh, fine.
Yeah. Let me put this mint in here and try it that way.
I really do feel like this is an underappreciated cocktail, though, because I swear when I bartended, nobody'd ever ordered a Pimms Cup, and it was always behind the bar, and I'm like, what the hell is this stuff? You know what I mean?
Well, when I went to go buy the Pimms at the LCBO, first of all, the first place I went didn't have any. The second place I went, I found it, and I took it up to the cash register, and the guy was very bad at sales. He was like, oh, I can never find a drink that tastes good in. And I was like, fuck off. Like, that's not what you say. Like, you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. Like,
seriously. Yeah. What do you mean not good at anything? Just freaking lemon and club soda.
Yeah.
God.
I don't know what the issue is.
Ginger ale.
And I had only had it like mixed in the cocktail, so I tried some just on its own while I was making this, and I was like, it's just like a herby liqueur. Like, what's What's not to like?
Yeah. Lower in alcohol. I think it's around 20-ish. So it's not going to, we're not going to be super sloshed by the end of this episode, which I know is very disappointing. But you never know. We might get 2 drink breaks. So I love this drink. I love lower alcohol glass or cocktails like this, especially as I get older.
Yeah. It's nice when something is just like light and refreshing and just easy to drink. I mean, as much as, I like a very like heavy whiskey or whatever base cocktail, it's nice just like, it's just yummy.
It's good to be yummy. It's also so easy to go down, so we might go through like two drink breaks.
We might go through a few, yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. But let's get into the task at hand.
Yes.
What have you been watching, Pam? You watched so many things. I freaked out yesterday and watched more things because I was like, I need to do something with my life.
I know. I watched a bunch of stuff while I was traveling, like on airplanes or things. But the first thing I watched, which you also watched,
I'm so excited to talk about this.
In the Mood for Love, which is a game that's been on my to watch list over on Letterboxd for a long time. I decided one night, I was like, I have nothing else to do. I'm going to finally put this on and watch it. It's a Chinese movie about 2 couples, but we only really see the wife of one couple and the husband of another couple, and they're living in the same sort of apartment complex, and their spouses are basically always away. And these 2 sort of start building a relationship over time as they just sort of come in and out of each other's lives. It's not like a hugely plot-driven movie. It's like very much a vibes movie.
Yes, very much a vibes. Very beautifully shot. It's so I think beautiful. It's more of like a incredibly paced. So yeah, your description is great because I would have spoiled half the movie in my description. So I'm going to try not to. But yeah, I really love the interaction and the build that these 2 characters have, as well as the pacing of the movie. It goes by very fast because nothing really happens per se.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not eventful really. It's just...
But beautifully shot. And can we just talk about how gorgeous all of her clothes are?
Oh my God, they're all so gorgeous. Just everything that she wears is beautiful, and she just has this gorgeous long neck, and it's just everything's just beautifully tailored and
So the movie is set in I think it's 62 to 66 is the pretty much the main time period that it's in. So 1960s China, I think specifically Hong Kong. And they're all of that same neckline, the high neck with that with the sleeve maybe, and just very slim, and and the patterns of the dresses and the makeup and the hair, just to die for, and so beautifully shot. Everything is lush. All the colors are so luscious, and she is so freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, the colors, it makes amazing use of red. There's these great outdoor shots of just the streets, and it's raining, and it's beautiful. But I think the cinematography is actually my favorite part because it's almost never a clear shot. The shot is almost always obstructed by something. It's through a doorway, or there's something in the front of the frame, or it's going through a mirror, and it gives this really claustrophobic feeling at times, especially in the apartment. It's all very tight and confined, but it also while it's very claustrophobic, it also is so incredibly lonely so much of the time. It's just beautiful. The way they frame everything is just amazing.
Yeah, highly recommend. I think it was made in year 2000. So early 2000s movie, and just so freaking beautiful. Oh
yes.
It's gorgeous. I love international movies like that too. I went through a kick of going through a lot of Chinese movies that were from the early 90s, mid 90s. And this one, they're all just beautifully shot like this one, and it just blows my mind. People need to watch international movies like this. Is gorgeous. Maggie Chung, who is in the movie, is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful, simple makeup. Just like a little eyeliner with a pink lip.
Yeah.
And the end of the movie, I won't spoil it, but the end of the movie, my jaw dropped. I was like, are we kidding? That's it? That was it? I was, oh my God.
Yeah. It is heartbreaking. The whole thing, really. Like it's a really good movie though.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch it again at least because I need to watch it again.
You?
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
totally am because it's so beautiful. I just couldn't get enough. I want to see all the shots again and knowing how it's gonna play out and such and how it like lays, because you don't actually see the other spouses too. It's always obscured their faces, so you don't see the
Yeah.
Anywho. We're gonna get into it. What else was Michelle watch? So one day I decided, I've seen this movie a bunch of times, but it's been many years, and I decided, you know what, we're gonna put this on in the background, and by the background I ended up sitting down watching the whole freaking thing because I love it so much. So I watched Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Have you seen this movie?
I saw it like a long time ago. It's with Christina
Applegate,
yeah. It's been a long time.
Yes.
But I saw it once, yeah.
Early 90s movie. Very different type of fashion in this movie versus our previous movie, but still great. Lots of shoulder pads, lots of turquoisey, pastel-y colors, and big hair. But it's about Christina Applegate's character, who is the eldest of, I think, about 5 kids in a family, whose mom is going to Australia for the summer with her boyfriend. First off, she's like 30. I think in the movie they say she's like 38. I'm like, Jesus. That kind of like floored me a little bit. But she's going for the whole summer, leaving 5 of her kids.
Leaving 5 children
to go with summer vacation with her boyfriend. I was like, good for you. You deserve it. Yeah. And so instead of having just like the big sister, Christina Applegate take care of everybody, she hires a babysitter. And obviously it's in the title. The babysitter is very old and just croaks after the first day. She's like a huge bitch and everyone's like cool with it anyway. So it's just really a story of the chaos that ensues with 5 crazy kids in California trying to survive the summer so their mom doesn't find out and come back and ruin their summer. It's a great movie. Christina Applegate is fantastic. Also, Joanna Cassidy, who is in Blade Runner, is in the movie. And I love her because she plays Christina Applegate's mom. And one of my favorite quotes from this movie is, "I'm right on top of it, Rose."
Oh, one more thing. And this is so important. Whenever we're not alone or I'm on the phone and I ask you something, doesn't matter what it is, you always say, "I'm right on top of that, Rose." Okay?
So like, anytime I'm at like work, I'm like, "I'm right on top of it, Rose." Which literally means you're not doing anything, but you're right on top of it.
Right.
But yes, highly recommend this movie. Wonderful fashion. Absolutely ridiculous. Great, happy little movie. Just a nice little happy movie, I think. What have you been watching?
I remember that one being fun, but so I watched a couple things on the plane to and from New Orleans. The first one I watched is Megan, which is a recent sort of horror comedy. I almost wouldn't even put it that much into the horror category, about a AI like android doll. The movie starts out and it's about this little girl and her parents are driving up into the mountains, and there's a car accident, the parents die, and the girl goes to live with her mom's sister, and her mom's sister makes like automated toys for children, and she's working on this doll, Megan, who she basically sets to like babysit the kids since she's not really into kids. And of course it's a doll that's like AI that's supposed to like learn on its own, and of course things go bad, it starts killing people and gets evil and
Like Chucky.
Yeah, kind of like that. But it was okay. It was more silly than scary for sure.
Really?
And yeah, it was very silly at times, and it was pretty predictable, but it was all right. Like, it was a entertaining 90 minutes way to kill time on an airplane. So
yeah. It was nice too. That was kind of like, excuse me, those comedy horrors. Because you just got your little screen on your airplane. Like, you don't need.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be upset like if you saw In the Mood for Love on that little
Yeah,
screen.
I know,
You know what I mean?
that would
like,
suck.
that's a good airplane movie.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, for sure.
You should do another one. What else did you
Sure.
watch?
So the other one, coming back on the airplane, another one that I've been meaning to watch for years, and it's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I haven't seen that either. I should have watched that too and binged it today instead.
It's
didn't.
really good. It's got Robert Downey Jr. as like a crook who kind of falls into acting, but then falls into investigating this crime. Val Kilmer, who is an actual PI who like Robert Downey Jr. ends up tagging along with. He's got like his childhood love who's involved in it, and it's just like this very sort of noirish murder mystery kind of deal, and it's really good. I really like Robert Downey Jr. I think he's just like so charismatic and really fun to watch, and Val Kilmer's character is great. It's just really fun, like almost a bit of a comedy of errors at times, and like a really like winding, twisting story. But I thought it was very entertaining.
I don't know why. I always confuse Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with like Snatched in terms of like.
Oh,
I don't know why. Even though they're like, one, you can't understand a word they're saying, right? And this one, you can, right?
This one you can understand. It's not the one with Brad Pitt and his Irish accent.
Bad Irish accent. But it's supposed to be like not the. What was it? The other Irish movie he was in that was like real bad. The Devil's Own. The Devil's Own. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Robert Downey Jr. as well. He is, something about him is just so sexy too. Such a sexy man. I need to watch this movie. We'll watch it someday. I swear.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm glad I finally got around to it. So,
Good.
what else have you watched?
So this is just an update because I'm a little more than halfway at this point. I'm going through my, again, Star Trek journey. I finished TNG onto DS9. I went through 3 seasons. The last season, season 3, I think I went through in about a week.
Oh, wow.
There was one day I watched 10 episodes in one day. That's a lot.
Okay, that
lot.
is a lot. Yeah.
That's a problem. So I started season 4, which apparently is when it gets real good. And literally not right before this, but like, I don't know, an hour or two ago before this, I watched an episode where I cried my eyes. I've never been so emotional before on a TV show before in my life. I was like, holy shit, this show. So you just think it's about sci-fi stuff. No, they get to the deeper issues here. Oh my God. So I am loving DS9 at this point in my life. I might like it more than TNG. Sexy Patrick Stewart might be losing right now.
Wow.
To Captain Sisko, who's not as sexy, but he's got a great voice. And yeah, it's incredible. So that's where I'm at. I just wanted to update and say, like, I'm watching Star Trek, and it's one of the most amazing things I've ever watched in my life. I can't stop. I visit my family. My dad's like, what the hell are you watching? I'm like, Star Trek. And he's like, again? So yeah, DS9, incredible. If you like sci-fi shows, you should start watching DS9.
All right.
What else have you been watching?
So the other two movies I watched this weekend, because I was in Lion's Head, Ontario, and there's not a whole lot going on in Lion's Head, and all the restaurants and everything close at like 9. So I watched a movie every evening. The first movie we watched was Streets of Fire, which is something I saw a trailer for a while ago, and I've been really wanting to watch. It is insane. It's like it looks like a cross between like 60s and 80s fashion. Like it's an actual 80s movie, but 60s and 80s fashion. There's a lot of music. Like I wouldn't call it a musical, but like there's a lot of like in-universe music in it. At the beginning, this singer gets kidnapped by a gang led by Willem Dafoe in like I think one of his very early roles. He's amazing in it, and the singer's ex-boyfriend is like a soldier for hire, and her current boyfriend, who's played by Rick Moranis, who's playing like a total dick, hires
Rick
him.
Moranis bad?
Yes, he's an asshole in this movie. Hires him as well as this girl McCoy to go and get the singer back, and it's just this over the top bizarre movie where there's like just like bikers and like fights, and the guy isn't killing anyone, but he's like blowing up all their vehicles, and it's really fun. Like really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this movie. I have to look it up.
It's really cool. The lead, the singer is Diane Lane, who, as I kept like looking at her and being like, I don't really see it. Maybe because she's just like super young in this and I haven't seen her that young in anything before, but it's just got a really good cast, and it's just like a really kind of silly, bizarre, fun time.
I love just the whole Rick Moranis as an asshole. Like,
I know.
How do you cast Rick Moranis as an asshole? I don't understand.
I don't know. Yeah, it's so strange because I feel like it's probably around the same time frame, and even like it's got a bit of the same look as Little Shop of Horrors, but it's just he is such a different character.
He's not a cute little nerd who just wants
to
suddenly see more. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Streets of Fire though, fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. I'm glad I watched that. What else have you watched?
So when I was traveling, my one travel movie which I hadn't seen before was I always say this wrong. Idiocracy. Have you seen this one?
No.
It's a Mike Judge movie from 2005,
oh yeah, Mike Judge.
Maybe 2003 or 2005. I don't know why I'm confusing the few, but whatever. It's got Luke Wilson, one of the Wilson brothers, Maya Rudolph, and pretty much it's about this very, very, very average guy, Luke Wilson, who works in the military, and because he's so average, the government puts him into this experiment and Maya Rudolph, where they cryogenically seal them, it's supposed to be for like a year. And then once they come out, they're like, just to see like how it like affects them or like how times passes, whatever. Well, once they get cryogenically sealed, the program gets shut down. Everybody forgets about them. And so then ends up being like way in the future, like a couple hundred years in the future or whatever. And that how people just get dumb because of the way they describe it is like, it's too real.
It's too real.
It's too real. Like the way they like montage it in the beginning, they're like the two smart people who are very sensible. They're talking about like, well, we're just not ready for kids because of the economy right now. And then whenever they're going for kids, they're like, well, we're just not, it's not working. So they don't procreate. So the smart people are not procreating because they're making smarter choices and financial choices. And then, you get old and you can't have kids anymore. Whereas the people who are not making those choices, the dumb ones, are procreating like freaking crazy.
Okay.
So the stupid people take over because they are the ones who are having tons of babies and procreating all over the place. So it's sort of like not survival of the fittest, it's survival of the dumbest. So everybody in the future is just stupid. And so Luke Wilson comes out of being cryogenically sealed, and he's the smartest man in the planet. And it's about him trying to figure out where Maya Rudolph is, because she was also from the past, and how to survive all this stupidity and how to make it so this society doesn't destroy itself. There's so many quotable things in the movie. Plants like electrolytes.
I'm pretty sure what's killing the crops is this Brondo stuff.
The Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops?
Yes.
Water? Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be out of the toilet, but yeah, that's the idea.
They're so stupid. They're so like prone to whatever advertising tells them that it's the company that's equivalent to Gatorade. It's not Gatorade because for obvious reasons, but equivalent to Gatorade. They are just watering their plants with Gatorade because plants like electrolytes. But that's why the crops are failing. So they have to figure out why the crops are failing. And the guy's like, just put water on it. And they're like, what? The plants like electrolytes. So it's so stupid. It's not as funny as you would think it is. Like there are definitely laughable moments, but I think it is more satirical than it is like ha 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 funny. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, especially for Mike Judge, because I'm a big Mike Judge fan. I love like Beavis and Butthead and all that kind of stupid shit. But yeah, it wasn't a great movie. I still loved it, but it wasn't as funny as you would think it was going to be.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
Yeah. But I thought it was fun. It was a good hotel watch.
Nice. Is that based on a book? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I don't think it's based on a book. If it was, I have no idea. It could be. I don't read books. You read books.
Sometimes.
What is the last thing you watched?
So the last thing I watched was Heavy Metal. And this is a strange movie. I never really knew much about it, but I definitely remembered the poster of just like the
iconic
chick in the armor on this like bird pterodactyl creature with her like sword up in the air. And so like actually the whole time I was watching and I was like, when is that gonna happen? But it's a fully animated movie, and it's the embodiment of ultimate evil, which is just this glowing green orb is in a house terrorizing this girl, telling her how evil it is, and then just telling stories about evil things happening. And then it goes on to do like a number of little shorts that are tenuously tied together that have a lot of boobs in them. like it's very like, it's kind of like erotic horror kind of thing. Like the first one starts out and this cabbie finds a woman who's being chased by some guys and she passes out in his cab and he takes her home, and then she like, it's like, I'm scared, can I sleep with you? And she like seduces him, and then the story just goes on like this. But just every woman has like the exact same giant breasts, which you see a lot of. Actually, there was like 2 stories that didn't have any breasts, and I was like, where are the breasts in these stories? Like, what is this? This doesn't fit in with the rest of the movie at all. But just like silly stories about, I guess they're tenuously about evil, but they tend to be more about
boobs,
tits. Like another one is about this like nerdy high schooler who gets turned into like this big like barbarian guy who just like all the women want. And it's funny, but it's also weird because so much of the voice actors are like SCTV people. So it's like John Candy and like Joe Flaherty and like I think what's his name from Schitt's Creek?
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy, he's a producer on it or something. And yeah, just like all of these sort of comedic actors voice acting all of these roles, and it's very silly. Like, I found that some of the stories worked more than others, and like I said, I found like the whole thing that tied everything together was a little bit like meh, but it was just kind of wild and silly.
A lot of boobies.
A lot of boobies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always been like the poster I remember of, but I had no idea that was actually fully animated.
Yeah, like the animation style doesn't fit with that poster at all. And Matt, who is an animator, he was like, technically that animation wasn't very good. I was like, oh, okay. Like
Wow.
Yeah.
Look on it.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a strange, silly movie.
I'm glad you watched it though. That's fun. Iconic movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to have finally seen it, because I've always seen the poster and been like, what is that? And it's got a really good soundtrack too. Like, there's all kinds of I'm not going to be able to name any of the bands, but like a bunch of like cool 80s bands.
Nice.
Like Cheap Trick, I think Cheap Trick's in there.
I don't
like
know anything about Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But it was fun.
Good. Fun.
Yeah.
Should we take a drink break?
Yes, let's take a drink break.
Oh my god, you're kicking my ass in video games we're playing too. Oh my god. Pam, what video games have you been playing? Please go first.
Sure thing. So something I just finished, I finished it a little while ago, is called Depths of Sanity. And this is a newish Metroidvania, like an underwater one where you play a character who's going sort of on a rescue mission, a submarine full of people that your character knew and handpicked the crew, went to investigate this strange signal, and they lost contact. So you're going to try to find out what happened to them, and you just go and you fight a bunch of sea creatures, you find a whole bunch of upgrades, you explore, and as you go, as the title would suggest, like, things start to get weird and you start questioning what's real and what's not real. And I thought it was a lot of fun. I actually am in the process of making a review so that more people can know about it, because right now it has 39 user reviews on Steam.
That's
it? It's not nearly enough, yeah. So
oh my God.
I'm hoping to bring a little bit more attention to it. But yeah, Depths of Sanity was very good. Very good underwater Metroidvania.
Interesting how it's an underwater Metroidvania. Like, the mechanics of that, because you're more floaty, right? Than you're going through your submarine. So that I just find that. I mean, I've seen footage of this game, so I kind of know what you're talking about, but it looked, it almost like didn't feel like a Metroidvania when you look at it a little bit, you know? Like a...
Yeah, because you're used to platforming and...
Well, I thought that was cool. A different perspective to the usual jump, double jump kind of thing or whatever.
Exactly. So you have to have all kinds of different abilities. Like, there's a... What's it called? Like a tow hook or something, so you can, like, connect to walls and it, like, drag yourself to them and things like that. So
nice. That kind of ties into the game we both played that one of mine that I played. Since the deeper you go, the weirder things get, right? Is it kind of like a Lovecraftian in that sense, where you go down?
Yes,
and, like,
for sure.
Yeah?
Yes.
There's a theme.
It is.
So the game that I've also, and Pam has also played, is Dredge. What is Dredge? Dredge is an open world fishing game where you pretty much get a bunch of tasks. You're a fisherman on a boat. You go to this town and the guy's like, hey, just give me some fish. And you go in this open world and try to fish some fish. But when you stay out too late at night, things get weird. Things get weird. Even sometimes whenever you're fishing fish, you get weird fish.
Weird fish.
Like love Cthulhu-like fish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like really funky, creepy things. And there's sea monsters and stress because you're trying to like get back to the port before it gets too dark.
Before it gets dark. One of my favorite things is when it's like something has slithered into your hold.
Yes, and I'm like, what? Where is it? Get back! I'm like freak out. I'm like, don't hurt my boat. Please don't hurt my boat. Pam's loving it, and I'm freaking the fuck out. What'd you think of this game, Pam?
I thought it was fun. I really liked, at first I was playing it and I was just sort of like really playing by the rules, being like, okay, it's getting close to night. I'm going to go into port and go sleep. And then I was like, where's all the spooky things? And you have to like stay out at night for spooky things to happen. And I really liked it, especially as it went on. When it came to like just fishing, I was like, meh, whatever, you know, sort of passes the time. But when I got more into just like following the main story, I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I really bypassed a lot of the little side quest things. I just pretty much beeline the stories because that's what I thought was more interesting, exploring the new worlds and the different like people and like and such, like going to the swamp place and the fireplace and the place with the cave where that thing chases you and such. So I
didn't realize until that you could die. I was just like, oh, I'm like nothing bad is happening to me. I'm just getting stressed out. And then that sea creature just smashed my boat to smithereens. I was like, oh, you can die. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely played it like you did too. Like at first I'm like, go quickly to the port, and then I started getting a little braver, like, I can just maybe a little past 12, maybe closer to 1. And then one day I'm like, let's blow through this baby, and you're like, nope.
No.
Did you finish this game?
Yep, I finished it.
Yeah, me too. I really liked it. It took about 10 hours ish for me to finish and I liked it. Again, yeah, I agree. The fishing is not something that blows your hair back, but I love a good fishing mini game.
Yeah.
Which literally what it is.
Yeah, the fishing mini game was cool. I wasn't into, like, you had the whole glossary and it's like, well, this fish is found at this depth and at this time or whatever. And I was like, whatever, I'll catch whatever fish I catch. Like,
yep, let me just sell everything. Let me catch the fish I need to in order to progress the story, and that's it. Like, definitely didn't try to 100% this at all because there's a lot of fish out in the sea.
There are.
And even like the ocean stuff, and you got to get certain tackles and certain nets and things to get all of them. I'm like, fuck that shit. Let's just move, people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Though I did love when you finally got the net and the fish just appeared.
Yeah, they just come to you. They just like whoop, pop my net over and just like you just catch them and such. So yeah, I like that too. Yeah, really fun game. I really enjoyed it, and I'm surprised because usually I'm not an open worldy person as many people, although Elden Ring, but not so much open worldy. Like everybody is really jiving on the Zelda right now. I'm just not with the open world. So
yeah,
but this was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, and this was all like the world was fairly small, all things considered. So yeah,
especially when you get upgrades for your boat when you can go faster. And you're just like, But yeah, loved Dredge. What else have you been playing?
So the rest is all co-op games.
Ooh.
Dylan and I have been playing through the We Were Here series, and so since we recorded last, we finished We Were Here Together, which is the 3rd game in the series, and We Were Here Forever, which is the 4th and currently final game in the series. I'll talk more about that one. That one was way longer. Like, the first few games were on the shorter side. We Were There Forever, I think, was over 10 hours, maybe? Did we spend that much time on it? Let me just open up my Steam here and...
That's short?
That. 10 hours. Like, the first 2 games were, like, under 2 hours.
Oh.
So, yeah. So this one was 10 hours. It was a much larger world. The puzzles were quite complex. Some of them were time-based, which was a little bit because I didn't find time limits really added much to the game. But again, it's just really cool where sometimes you're together and able to work together on puzzles, and sometimes your characters are completely separate, and so you just have to like communicate, like, this is what I'm seeing, and like figure out what the game is asking you to do. So it was really fun. In all the games, usually only one person makes it out alive, which is me.
You're like, and that's me. You're gonna die. It's all about me.
So in the first game, Dylan just ran off and abandoned me, and then I was like, all right, game on, bitch. And so I made it out of the next 3 games.
That's when it becomes a real competition. Like, fuck you.
Yep.
I love it. Amazing. So good. It's only 2-player though, isn't it? 2-player co-op?
Yeah, only 2-player and only online. So.
Oh, so no couch co-op.
No couch co-op.
I mean, although when are we going to have that? Besides, when I visit. So.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, really fun. And they are available on consoles as well if you want to play there. I did find they do get a little buggy sometimes. Like I had some connection issues which seemed to just like bug everything out, and we had to sort of like quit and come back a couple times, which is a little bit annoying, but I really liked all of the puzzles.
Nice. That's good. Having good puzzles is very important because I'm very dumb. I like adventure puzzle games like that, like Monkey Island's one of my favorite games of all time. But I swear to God, I'm real dumb. Like, I'm just like, I'm like, what do I do? Looking up game facts and such. No, it's okay. Some of these puzzles are just too complex for normal logic sometimes. And as long as they're good puzzles and they require some basic knowledge for my basic bitch brain, I'm for it. Which, like, there's a new, because we're still on Star Trek, there's a new Star Trek point and click adventure game that just came out on my birthday. It came out this past week. I know, they were thinking of me. And I haven't yet to play it though, because I just, got back and then work, whatever. But I'm going to play it. But I'm kind of scared too, because not scared, but because I'm like, I'm really bad at adventure games. Here we go.
Play it on stream and then people will help you.
Help me? No, they'll just be like, aha, you suck.
I don't think so. People help me with my adventure games when I get stuck.
That's good. That's good. I guess I should talk about that game that I'm playing, because I just finally started to stream, because why not? I mean, like, I don't set up like you where I just like have a camera and such looking at me, whatever, whenever I'm playing, because that's over there and this is over here, and I'm not putting those two things together. Like, that's just way too much freaking work. So I just turn on my PS5 and say go. And which is fine. That's all you need, because it's all about the game anyways. It's not about and me screaming at the game, because that's all you really need. So I started playing Resident Evil 2 on stream, which I haven't this past week because travel and birthday, but I will go back to it. And it's the remake one, so not the original whatever. Yeah, the remake one. And because I wanted more sexy Leon. This is really the root of all this evil. I wanted more sexy Leon, so I'm playing through Resident Evil 2 on stream. So feel free to yell at me if you ever pop that up or feel like watching Resident Evil 2.
What's your Twitch channel called?
Petey Puff.
Petey Puff.
Petey Puff.
I watched an interview with the voice actor for Leon.
Yeah.
And he is so cute and nice. And when they hired him, I don't think he had done much voice acting before. And they hired him because they're like, no, like, just you. Like, you are a good Leon. Like, you don't have to, like, act like it. Like, just kind of act like yourself.
Aww.
It was really cute. And he was so excited about being Leon.
Oh, I love him now even more. Oh, cutie patootie. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, more Leon. Always could use more Leon in my life. But yeah, I'm playing through Leon, because you can play through either Leon or Claire. Nah,
Yeah.
it's not Jill. I don't care. Although
Yeah.
Claire's cool too, but whatever. So yeah, I guess is it? I just went. Didn't I? I'm like, whose turn is it now? Yours, mine. I'll go again.
Sure. Okay.
I'll go again. The other, so mine's also co-op. My actual one that I have on this happy little list that I did finish is Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Yay! Monday night co-ops with Briz and first-person shooters.
And that's just Gears of War 1, like the
Gears of War
remaster
1.
or whatever, right? Okay.
Yes. So just whenever we first started playing this game, before we even started, I accidentally downloaded the wrong thing because I downloaded the original. And yeah, go me. And Briz is like, oh, whoops. So he downloaded that one real fast because Gears of War Ultimate Edition is like, I don't know, 50 gigabytes or something stupid. I was like, oh, let's take 2 hours.
Those games are so big.
So freaking big. And so we didn't start playing that one. We played the original. And I was like, cool, let's play the first mission or so until, like, you know, this one game night. And then we'll go to the remaster one so I can see the difference and how much better it is. And oh my God, is it so much better. It's so bad. The original is so slow and clunky. You just like trudge through with your big boots and walking through these things. Just everything is so much slower. It took us, we usually game for like 2 hours. Our usual game night's 2 hours-ish. And it took us 2 hours to get through the first mission. And then in the remake, the second we started playing that, we got through like a mission and a half because it was just so much faster and so much easier and so much more streamlined. Like the quality of life stuff is just so much better.
Yeah.
So, yep. And then we finished it couch co-op, which a fun fact, this is also a couch co-op game for split screen, but it's very tiny when it's on the hook. It was pretty rough. But we finished it together couch co-op, which was really fun. So, Gears of War. They're fine.
They're fine. Yeah.
They're fine. The guns feel pretty good, I guess. I mean, I don't really switch out the guns very much. It's not like one of those games where I'm like, I mean, I'm a shoddy girl, and I hate the freaking shotgun in this game. In all of their games. Their shotgun's the worst.
That sucks.
I know. It's awful. So I just use the Lancer, the hammer burst thing. And that's it. There's not really much variety of fun guns. It's just sort of like a tuck and duck.
Tuck and duck.
Whatever you call it, like a hide shooter, like you hide behind a wall, like there's walls everywhere. And you I don't know what you call that. Why did I call it tuck and duck? I'm watching too much Drag Race.
Cover shooter.
Cover shooter, thank you. That's way more appropriate, although I like my term way better.
I like your term better.
So, yeah, just a little cover shooter. That's fine. Story? No idea. Got nothing for you. I don't know. Gears are military dudes. They're bugs. I do think the overall story is like, don't hurt the planet because the planet's gonna come get you by unleashing bugs. You know what I mean? Like, environmentalism kind of thing.
Yeah.
But actual story, no idea. But it's fine.
It's fine. Sometimes you don't need to know the story.
Just like us playing Redfall. What the fuck is that story? No idea.
No. Okay. No, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. We shoot vampires. It's fine. What is the last game you're playing?
Speaking of stories not mattering, the last one is a game I played couch co-op, and it's Unravel 2. And Unravel is like a puzzle platformer where you play this little guy made out of yarn. And so in 2, when you're playing co-op, like you're attached by a piece of yarn. So you can like, one person can jump over something and then like swing on the yarn. Someone can like hold the yarn while someone like drops down a platform and swings onto the next thing. It's so cute. Like, it's really adorable. It's also beautiful. Like, the graphics are so nice, like much nicer than they really have any need to be. But it's just like these really nice levels where these two yarn creatures are going through the world, solving puzzles, doing some platforming. The final stage in particular had like some more challenging platforming elements, which I really enjoyed. But overall, it was just like a really cute, charming game. There was kind of a story. Like as you're going through, you can see these like, they're not ghost children, but they're just like sort of, hazy images of children, where at the beginning of the game I was like, oh no, the children are being abused, and by the middle of it I was like, I don't know what the fuck is up with these kids. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Let me just get back to my yarn boy and go through this level. But yeah, it was really just really charming and kind of chill, fun puzzle platformer.
Was the game, because I remember saying this on Game Pass, and it was like right after I played It Takes Two. Does it have like similar elements to the gameplay as It Takes Two?
Sort of. Like It Takes Two sort of varies things up more. Like, each world you kind of each get your own little ability. Here you basically have the same abilities for most of the game. It's just like the environment and the world changes more than like what you're actually doing in it.
Fun.
But yeah, it was really nice.
Aw, I love a nice little couch co-op than your usual first-person shooters like everything Michelle plays.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's a nice break from that stuff.
I think that's all the games we've played. Isn't
I
it?
think so. Yes. On to pickups.
On to pickups.
Yes.
Have to grab the things. All right. Who wants to go
Vinyls
first?
you have for us today?
Yeah, vinyls. I got vinyls. Okay, so it's my birthday. Although we'll do pre-birthday. Pre-birthday.
Okay.
I recently got Suikoden. I've always called it Suikoden as a kid. Apparently it's Suikoden. Whatever.
It's like a strange pronunciation that most English speakers just don't really get right. Like
I will not get it right. So
yeah,
that's fine. But
I don't get it right. But
so I got Suikoden 1, and then now I got Suikoden 2.
Nice.
And I got it early enough where I got the fun like marbly one, so it's like nice like white.
Oh, that's
splatter.
nice.
Yeah, I got because that one sold out real quick. So I've actually never played Suikoden 2, even though I know it's stupid expensive game at this point. My sister has it, of course she does, and she played it. I know you played the first. Did you play the second one too? I don't remember. I know you played the first one. Did you play the second one?
Yeah, I played 1 and 2. I have I have up to 5, and I haven't gotten to 3 yet. But yeah, I played 1 and 2.
Nice. I think you liked 1 better than 2, didn't you?
I did.
No idea. I didn't play either of these games. But beautiful little JRPGs that are way probably too expensive than they know what to do with themselves. But the music, the one, I think it's in this one, the one song that's really, really good. I don't know, I'll put it in the background while I'm talking about it. But yeah, nice little JRPG vinyl, which they don't get to get too often, I guess, because JRPGs. But yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Should I keep going, or do you want to go?
Yeah. You can keep going.
All right.
Vinyl.
So my sister, my sweet baby sister, who I'm never mean to ever, got me Rifty Beats Chocobo and Chill.
Oh, Chocobo and Chill.
Chocobo and Chill. So just some nice like lo-fi kind of beats of Chocobo stuff, and I really like. Oh, there's a card in here apparently. Cool. I really like it. So it's bright yellow, like a fun Chocobo.
Wow.
Like
nice.
Super yellow. But yeah, I love Final Fantasy, and I love Chocobos. So I even have like one of the Square Enix released ones of Chocobo and Friends ones. So this is like a nice like, and I love the lately I've really liked the lo-fi mixes. Is that what you call them? Lo-fi or lo-fi? I have no idea.
I think lo-fi, yeah.
Lo-fi, whatever. I really like those mixes, especially like chilling around the house, work in the background, just having some nice like Zelda lo-fi beats kind of in the background, just good times.
Nice.
Yeah. my last one. This is really for you, Pam, because this is like a sort of this is a homage to Pam right here. So I'm gonna give some Pam backstory. As long as I've known Pam, every once in a while we'll do like a music video night where we watch music videos and get like really hammered. And usually the music video starts out as a theme.
I feel like I can guess what this is.
After about a couple drinks, let's say about an hour or 2 hours, Pam always requests her favorite song of all time, which happens to be on Led Zeppelin 3.
Yes.
What song is that, Pam?
Since I've Been Loving You.
Yes, I got this at a nice little happy little vinyl shop. I mean, it's not fun or anything, but you know, I love how there's like a movable thing, like you move around the thing, so it's like I don't know, you can like sort of see it, but like moves around like that, like fun things like that. So yeah, I got Led Zeppelin 3, and I was like, Pam's gonna love this.
Amazing.
It's literally your favorite song. Every time.
Every time we have a music video party, and it always starts with a theme, and it just devolves into sexiest music videos.
And this one,
and that's what I pick.
Pam's sexual awakening music video.
Yes. The live concert video. Yep.
So good. So yeah, I got a bunch of other vinyl, but we're going to have to go into that. But that one, that's the Pam one. What have you picked up?
So I got some new art recently. Another podcast on the network, We Got Goosebumps, recently did an episode about a new collection that R.L. Stine put out called Stine Tinglers, and the cover art was done by this artist called Marcela Bolivar, and I looked up her website, and it's just like cool, creepy art that I love. For some reason, don't ask me to explain why, I really have a thing for like women tree hybrids, or like women turning into trees. Like, I don't know, I really like that imagery. So I got a couple things that I ordered from her. I hope you can see them. So this one is first. So yeah, so just sort of like a woman with a mask and kind of like almost like a Medusa, like snaky head thing, but then she's kind of like plant-like on the bottom here. So I got this one, and then this one I really love. It's big. It lives above my TV. You can probably see that it's missing right now.
Oh wow,
this one,
that's sexy,
which I really like. Yeah, it's like sexy, but at the same time she has no head, so you know. It's just kind of like tree leafy, kind of cosmic. I don't know, I really liked these. So
kind of reminds me of Dark Soulsy.
Yeah, maybe
a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me, and I want Dark Souls to be more like that.
Yeah, so I was looking for some new art to sort of replace. I had some Shadow of the Colossus prints that I'd had up there for a while, but decided to do something new. And then on a completely different note, when I was in New Orleans, the first night I went to this gay bar, and they had boylesque. So it was male strippers. Some of them were just like, you know, dressed in suits, like that one I sent you who was doing the print stuff. Man, he was hot. And then some of them like were dressed like, you know, in French maid costumes or as C-3PO. The last guy was dressed as Bob Ross, and he came out and he did his little striptease, and when he was down to like just his thong, he put his hands in paint and smacked the paint on his ass, and then his ass made this. So yeah, it was sort of like put up for like bidding, and I was like, I'll take it. And I got a little message here.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
May this Aster-piece bring you love and lust always, Bob Ross. So
I love that. Oh my God. I loved it when you sent me that pic. You're like, look at this painting I got of the butt. I'm like, wait, is that your butt?
is that your butt? No, it's not my butt.
What I was hoping for, honestly. But, but I love it. I love that. You got a strip tease, colorful, and I actually really like it. Like
I like it too. Like it's kind of like a butterfly. Like
yeah.
yeah, rainbow
Kind of like that
butterfly.
modern art, very kind of, surrealism, not surrealism, but post. I forget what era we're looking at here in terms of art history, but I actually really like it. It's very colorful and fun, and something very, you remember always when you went to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Love it.
So what did you get for your birthday?
Oh, that was it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that was pretty much. I got the Chocobo thing for my sister.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was pretty much it for my birthday.
Okay.
I did get a bottle of wine from a friend, but
Ooh.
yeah.
Wine's always good.
Wine is always welcome. Wine and alcohol is always welcome in this place, and why in moderation can be very fun. So don't hate on us.
People need to tell us that alcohol's bad for you.
I know, right? Like, yes, it's bad. We should go back to prohibition. Sure.
All right.
But yeah, that's it. We're done.
That's it. Yes.
Thank you all for listening. If you want to speak to us, you can leave us a comment on the video on YouTube, or you can email us your questions, comments, or concerns to pointanddrinkadventure@gmail.com. Yeah.
You can also, we also have a subreddit, r/polymedia, if you want to talk about our specific episodes or any of the other episodes. And if you like what you heard here and want to check out some more fun podcasts, you can go to polymedianetwork.com.
Yes. Come hang out. Tell us, what games you're playing right now. Suggestions for us to play. Because, I'm trying to figure out what to play next in terms of stuff. So
I have so many games to play next. I've got like too many games that
too many games. I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah, that's soon.
That's like for a month from now, though.
True.
Fun, but drink well, my friends.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.